Hello everyone. Let me discuss the novel Anandamath, written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee or Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. I'll be discussing about this novel in this video. So I hope you may have already heard this name, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee or Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. He was a nationalist author from West Bengal. He was born on 27th June 1838 in Naihati, Bengal Presidency, British India, present day West Bengal, India. So he was a part of the erstwhile Bengal. Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyaya was a poet, journalist, and a novelist. In Bengali, he is known as the Emperor of Literature, Sahitya Samrat, because of his contributions to literature. And he is most known for the poem or the song Vande Mataram, which is the national song of India, which was later incorporated into the novel Anandamath. It's a hymn to the motherland. So he wrote this song in 1870s, and during the Swadeshi movement in Bengal, Vande Mataram was widely sung by the people. And later, this was being part of this particular novel Anandamath. That is the significance of the novel as well. His other works include Durgesh Nandini, Kapal Kuntala, Devi Chaudharani, and Bishabricha or Vishabricha. So Durgesh Nandini, it's a Bengali romance novel published in 1865. It's one of the first major Bengali novel, just as we say Indulega is the first proper novel written in Malayalam. So it's the first novel written by Bankim Chandra. Kapal Kuntala is another one, published in 1866. It tells the story of a forest dwelling girl named Kapal Kuntala who falls in love with and marries Nabakumar, a young gentleman from Saptagram. However, she eventually finds that she is unable to adjust to city life. The novel is set in Daryapur, Kontai in modern day Purba Medinipur district, I think. That is the in West Bengal, Paschima Banga, where Chattopadhyay served as a deputy magistrate and deputy collector. Kapal Kuntala is considered one of the finest and most popular of Bankim Chandra's novels. It has been translated into multiple languages, including English, German, Hindi, Gujarati, Tamil, Telugu, Sanskrit, etc. Then Devi Chaudharani is another novel published in 1884. This novel was banned by the British as it fueled the patriotic struggle for Indian independence from the British Empire. Armed face-to-face conflict with the royal army is the only way to win independence was the belief reinforced in this novel. That is why the Britishers banned this particular novel. And then after independence, the Indian government removed the ban on this book as well. Then Anandamath, as I said, is considered one of the most important novels in the history of Indian and Bengali literature. And it is inspired by and set in the background of the Sannyasi Rebellion in the late 18th century. It was published in 1882. The story, it can be Anandamath can be translated as the Abbey of Bliss. It takes place during the Bengali famine of 1770. You may have heard about that. It begins with an introduction to Mahendra and Kalyani, a couple trapped in their hamlet, Padachinha, during a famine with neither food or water. They make the decision to leave their hamlet and relocate to the next metropolis where they will have a greater chance of surviving. The couple becomes separated throughout the course of events, and Kalyani is forced to run through the forest with her newborn to avoid being caught by robbers. She passes out on the brink of a river after a long chase. Jiban, a Hindu Sanatana or Santana, I think, who are not actual sannyasis but common people who took the sign of sannyasis and deserted their households in order to rebel against the British East India Company in those days. And this Jiban took the daughter to his home and handed her over to his sister while he relocated Kalyani to his ashram. So Mahendra, the husband, is now more interested in joining the monastic brotherhood and helping the mother nation. Kalyani wants to assist him in realizing his aspirations by attempting suicide and by releasing him of worldly responsibilities. Mahatma Satya joins her at this juncture, but before he can assist her, he is apprehended by East India Company soldiers who believe that other monks are fueling the insurrection against company control. He notices another monk who is not wearing his unique robes and sings while being carried away. So the second monk decodes the song, saves Kalyani and the infant, and transports them to a rebel monk stronghold. The monks also provide shelter to Kalyani's husband Mahendra, and the two are reunited. The rebel leader depicts the three phases of Bongo Mother or Mother Bangal as three goddess idols worshipped in three separate rooms to Mahendra. So the rebels' power grows with the time, and their numbers increased, and they relocate their headquarters to a modest brick fort, feeling more confident. With a huge force, the East India Company attacks the fort. Rebels have blockaded the adjacent river bridge, but they lack artillery and military skills. The East India Company makes a tactical retreat over the bridge during the conflict. The East India Company men are chased into the trap by the Sannyasi's undisciplined army, who lacks military expertise. When the bridge is crowded with insurgents, the East India Company cannon opens fire, killing many people. Some rebels, though, manage to take some of the guns and return the fire on the East India Company's lines. So this novel, as I said, includes the song Vande Mataram. I bow to the mother. That is the meaning. It inspired freedom warriors in the 20th century, and the first two stanzas of the song became India's national anthem after independence or national song or something. The characters one Mahendra, who is a Semida from Padachina, who eventually joins the independence movement. He's a wealthy Zamindar or landowner who resides in Padachina, I think, Padachina, with his wife Kalyani and Dr. Sumari. They are compelled to leave the village in search of a new way of life. Mahatma Satya initiates Mahendra into the Anandamath. Then Mahatma Sati is another major character, the guru who instructs Mahendra to spend his fortune on ammunition for the Anandama. Mahatma Sati is an ascetic who heads a rebel group. Anandama was a founder and leading guru of a rebel organization in India that opposed British rule. His students must give up their affiliations until India is emancipated. That is the raw idea. Mahatma Sati was acting on the orders of his guru, a mysterious saint who explains his true motives. The Guru instructs Mahatma Satya that Indians seek objective information from the East India Company in order to realize the profound truths of the ancient texts once more. Mahatma Satya travels to the Himalayas with his Guru to perform penances. Then another character, Bhavan, who is a courageous commander who died in the war against East India Company. Then Jiban, as I said, Jiban is a fierce warrior and a member of the rebel band, Mahatma Satya's most accomplished and devoted follower. He reunites Mahendra's family after saving them. Shanti, his wife and lover, subsequently joins the Anandamath as the first and only woman and battles with the Jiban. Hello everyone. Let me discuss the novel Anandamath, written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee or Chattopadhyaya in this video. And I'm sure that you may have already familiar with Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. So he was Bankim Chandra. No, he is known in both the names, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee or Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyaya. He was a nationalist author from West Bengal. He was born on 27th June 1838 in Naihati, Bengal Presidency, erstwhile British India, the present day West Bengal. He was a poet, journalist, and a novelist, and in Bengali he is known as the uh, Sahitya Samrat, Emperor of Literature. So you know that the significance of this novel Anandamath is because India's national song Vande Mataram is incorporated into this novel. So Vande Mataram is a hymn to the motherland, and he wrote it in 1870s. And during the Swadeshi movement in Bengal, Vande Mataram was widely sung by the people. So he added this song into the novel Anandamath. His other works include Durgesh Nandini, Kapal Kuntala, Devi Chaudharani, Anandamath also, and Bishop Riksha, another novel. Durgesh Nandini, just as we say, Indulega is the first best Malayalam novel, just like that. Durgesh Nandini is one of the first major Bengali novel. He published it in 1865. So, Kabal Kuntala is another novel published in 1866. It tells the story of a forest dwelling girl named Kabal Kuntala who falls in love with and marries Nabakumar, a young gentleman from Saptagram. However, she eventually finds that she is unable to adjust to city life. That is the storyline. He was actually, this novel is set in Daryapur, and Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, in fact, he worked in that place as a deputy magistrate and deputy collector. That is why he set the novel in Daryapur. And Kabal Kuntla is considered one of the finest and most popular of Bankim Chandra's novels. And this novel has been published in various languages such as English, German, Hindi, Gujarati, Tamil, Telugu, and Sanskrit, and so on. Devi Chaudhary is another novel published in 1884. This novel was banned by the British as it fueled the patriotic struggle for Indian independence from the British Empire. Because the message in this particular novel is that Bankim is arguing that only through a powerful armed face-to-face conflict that we can gain independence from the Britishers. And during that time, Britishers banned this novel, but later, after independence, this book was again available. Then Anandamath, as I said, this is one of the most important novels in the history of Indian and Bengali literature. And it is written or set in the background of the Sannyasi Rebellion in the 18th century. And it published in 1882. The story, Anandamath or the Abbey of Bliss, it takes place during the Bengali famine of 1770. It begins with an introduction to Mahendra and Kalyani, a couple trapped in their hamlet Padachinna during a famine with neither food or water. They make the decision to leave the hamlet and relocate to the next metropolis where they will have a greater chance of surviving. The couple becomes separated throughout the course of events, and Kalyani is forced to run through the forest with her newborn to avoid being caught by robbers. She passes out on the brink of a river after a long chase. Then Jibban, a Hindu Sanadana or Santana, it is Santana, who were not actual sannyasis but common people who took the sign of sannyasis and deserted their households in order to rebel against the British East India Company. This Jibban took the daughter to his home and handed her over to his sister while he relocated Kalyani to his ashram. And then Mahendra, the husband, is now more interested in joining the monastic brotherhood and helping the mother nation. Kalyani wants to assist him in realizing his aspirations by attempting suicide and thereby releasing him of worldly responsibilities. However, Mahatma Satya joins her at this juncture, and but before he can assist her, he is apprehended by the East India Company soldiers who believe that other monks are fueling the insurrection against company control. He notices another monk who is not wearing his unique robes and sings while being carried away. The second monk decodes the song, saves Kalyani and the infant, and transports them to a rebel monk stronghold. The monks also provide shelter to Kalyani's husband, Mahendra, and the two are reunited. The rebel leader depicts the three phases of Bongo Mata or Bengali Mother or Mother Bengal as three goddess idols worshipped in three separate rooms to Mahendra. And the rebels' power grows with time and their numbers increase. They relocate their headquarters to a modest brick fort, feeling more confident. The huge force, the East India Company attacks the fort. The rebels have blockaded the adjacent river bridge, but they lack artillery and military skills. The East India Company makes a tactical retreat over the bridge during the conflict. The East India Company men are chased into the trap by the sannyasis' undisciplined army who lacks military expertise. When the bridge is crowded with insurgents, the East India Company cannon opens fire, killing many people. Some rebels, though, manage to take some of the guns and return the fire on the East India Company's lines. So this novel includes the song Vande Mataram, I bowed to thee, mother. Vande Mataram says, that is the song meaning. It inspired freedom warriors in the 20th century, and the first two stanzas of the song became India's national song after independence. Characters include, major characters are Mahendra, who is a Saminda from Padachina, who eventually joins the independence movement. He's a wealthy Zamindar, resides with his wife Kalyani and daughter Sumari, but due to circumstances, he leaves the village in search of a new, new way of life. But and Mahatma Satya initiates him into the Anandamath. Then Mahatma Satya is another major character. The Guru instructs Mahendra to spend his fortune on ammunition for the Anandamath. Mahatma Satya is an ascetic who heads a rebel group. Anandamath was the founder and leading guru of a rebel organization in India that opposed British rule. His students must give up their affiliations until India is emancipated. That was the aim. So Mahatma Satya was acting on the orders of his guru, a mysterious saint who explains his true motives. The guru instructs Mahatma Satya and Indians to seek objective information from the East India Company in order to realize the profound truths of the ancient text once more. Mahatma Satya travels to the Himalayas with his guru to perform penances. Then there is this character Bhavan, who is a very courageous commander but who died in the conflict or war. Then there is this Jiban, who is a fierce warrior and a member of the rebel band. He is Mahatma Satya's most accomplished and devoted follower. He reunites Mahendra's family after saving them, and Shanti, his wife and lover, subsequently joins the Anandamath as the first and only woman and battles with Jiban. Jiban is severely hurt in battle, but Shanti is able to revive him. The newlyweds make the decision to go on a pilgrimage and live as ascetics. Then Nabin or Shanti. She's a well-educated, tomboyish daughter of a Brahmin. Shanti was an orphan who grew up to be physically healthy and muscular. Shanti met Jiban, who married her out of compassion because she had no one to look after her. Jiban left Shanti to battle for Anandamath and to renounce his attachments. Jiban's married sister Nimmi is given responsibility of Shanti. Shanti, on the other hand, is completely in love with her husband and cannot live without him. She disguises herself as a man and becomes a liberation fighter with Anandamath. And Mahatma Satya makes an attempt to prevent her from entering. However, she becomes a member. When Shanti strings a powerful bow, he is astounded by her physical strength. Then, as only he, Jiban, Pavan, and Nyan were the only sannyasis capable of doing so, Mahatma Satya allows Shanti to stay and gives her the name Nabin. Shanti saves Kalyani from the Turks. She obtains information from the East India Company and participates in war alongside her spouse. Shanti finds Gibbon's purportedly dead body near the end of the battle, around dusk, and mourns him. Mahatma Satya gives Shanti a herb which she uses to resurrect Gibbon. Gibbon hesitantly agrees to Shanti's suggestion that they go on a pilgrimage and live as ascetic together in the wilderness. So this is a storyline, and Anandamath was first serialized in Bangadarshan, a Bengali literary magazine founded by himself, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee himself, between 1882, December 1882 to and July 1883, and it played a crucial role in concretizing and strengthening the national identity of people who had been under foreign rule, Mughal and English. That is how it is being shown, or as long as they could remember. So this is the storyline of Anandamath.